The brand of Chanel is often regarded as one of the best designer brands for fragrances, but today I'm not going to be talking about the brand as a whole, but just one fragrance in particular, and that fragrance is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extrême. Today we're going to find out if this fragrance is worth it in 2023, and to make everything easier, I'm going to refer to this fragrance as Sport Extreme because the name is far too long. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Sport Extreme is not your everyday fresh fragrance. Instead, this is a fresh fragrance that is smooth and sweet rather than your typical citrus and ambroxan balm. The notes in this fragrance are nothing special, but the way that it uses them is what makes this fragrance great. The top notes are mandarin orange, mint, cypress, and sage, the middle note being pepper, and the base notes being tonka bean, musk, sandalwood, and cedar. In the opening of this fragrance, you get this citrus and mint that create this smooth creaminess that is really something to love. But then as it dries down, you get this tonka bean sweetness that really begins to take over this fragrance. But sandalwood is a great balance for any fragrance that is sweet, so everything really comes together. You get this citrusy sweetness that is minty and unique in terms of fresh fragrances because no other fresh fragrance is really doing it like this. So in the world of fresh fragrances, if you're looking for something that is fresh but not a blue fragrance, this is definitely one to check out. Now, although a little disheartening, the performance on this bitter could be a little bit better. Now, on average, I get 5 to 6 hours of longevity max, and that's only if I spray it more so on my clothes than I spray it on my skin. For the projection though, this fragrance radiates off of my skin for like a solid 3 hours. Now that is a strong projection for the majority of the time wearing this fragrance. The only problem is once it stops radiating that strong, the fragrance becomes a skin scent that you can basically not smell at all. However, the versatility of this fragrance is amazing, and ever since I bought it, this has been a very easy dumb reach fragrance for me. I'd also like to point out that Chanel is notorious for having some of the best atomizers on the market, and this one has such an amazing distribution when spraying this fragrance. And to top it all off, this is a continuous compliment puller for me, so really the only thing I can complain about in terms of performance is the fact that it does not last as long as I wish it would last for. If this fragrance would last about 8 hours, I definitely would find myself having a bigger bottle of this stuff. Now, it seems to be a common factor that when it gets to the price, this is where the fragrance starts to lose a couple of points. This fragrance is no different. Now, specifically with the brand of Chanel, you can never find these fragrances on discounters because Chanel sues any discounter that sells their products. So retail price is the only price. Thankfully, the price isn't too expensive, but you can definitely tell it is at a slight premium because of that Chanel name. For a 50 milliliter bottle, you'll be spending $112 US. For a 100 milliliter bottle, you'll be spending $145, and for a big 150 milliliter bottle or a 5-ounce bottle, you will be spending $185. So it's not the worst prices, but for that price, I definitely wish it would last longer. So with all that being said, I like this fragrance. I think this fragrance is worth the hype. I like the freshness, I like the sweetness, it's versatile, and I feel good when wearing this fragrance. So I'm going to give Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, or just Sport Extreme for short, a rating of 8.5 out of 10. I love everything about this fragrance except for the longevity and the fact that it turns into a skin scent after about 3 hours. But in that time, you won't have to worry about smelling cheap because this smells like a quality fragrance. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys. So if you enjoyed this review of Chanel Sport Extreme, consider dropping a like on this video and subscribing to my channel as well. I've seen a bunch of comments of people telling me that I should review Chanel's Homme Edition Blanche, and that is definitely one that I'm considering. So if you want to see that video as well, leave that in the comments down below. But that is all I have for you guys, so I will see you in the next one.